Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to be here. You have literally no idea how happy I am to be here. I'm just so happy to be here. At the end of this video, I'm just going to do a quick recap of kind of what happened earlier, or not earlier. It is already earlier this year, I should say last year, after I had my baby, and why it took me so long to get back to YouTube. But anyways, that'll be at the end of this video. Today I just want to talk about a couple things. Going fresh into a new year is always a great time to try and do things differently if you haven't in the past, or to maybe start afresh if you've maybe fallen off track. Because I know for a while there, when I was really sick, I kind of fell off track for a little bit, and now I'm really trying to get myself focused again and back on track. So I guess basically be content with what you have, and this is not always easy. I know for many years I was not content with what I had. There was always something I wanted. And so this year I'm really focusing on the things that I have, because everything else is not that important. And I know for younger people it is not so easy. So what I'm doing for my daughter is, there is one thing that she really, really wants, and it is not very cheap at all. So I told her that I will help her by helping her raise money for this item by sewing some things and making things that we could sell online, and selling things around the house, and maybe doing some extra work, like for her to find some other things that she could do to make extra money, and all the money that we raise, it will go towards her this specific item, so that in the end, even if it takes us all year to raise this money, it won't just be me putting on a credit card and then her having it, within a few days. This will be, I guess, a lot more, I don't know, an accomplishment, and for her to feel like she's accomplished something and it just hasn't been a handout to her. And yes, the next thing is to remember that there's always going to be somebody out there that has more things than you, nicer things than you, a bigger house, a nicer car, nicer clothes, a better education. And if you are constantly looking at other people, you're going to start to kind of feel bad about your own self and your own situation. And I had a lot of issues with this when I was younger and growing up too, because we grew up not very rich, single mother home, and yes, I'm not going to go into all that, but yeah, it was not easy, and I always compared myself to others. And the next thing is basically to stop comparing yourself to others. And I know that is hard too, because there's just so many messages sent to you in all the different social medias, and even just your friends and people in your own family. You look at stuff that they have and stuff that they do, and you like it, and you would also think that you would enjoy it too. But it's really not healthy, and I tell my daughter this every day, to beware. There's always going to be something more that you like, something more that you want. But we just need to learn to be content. And then to my last thing, I just want to say the number one motto of being frugal is to use it up, wear it out, and live without. I swear by this motto because it is very true. If you have a million different bottles of almost empty but not quite empty, and you're always opening a new bottle of, shampoo or conditioner or even clothing. If you have a closet full of brand new, barely worn clothing and you're continuously buying more, then it gets very overwhelming, and then you just want to throw all those empty bottles out, and then you're wasting it. But try to use everything up and wear your clothes out. I think my shoes that I have right now are so worn out. They have holes in them. And I'm still not buying anything until this whole pandemic is over, because I really need to try shoes on before I buy them. Or live without. I mean, this one it's kind of a crazy thought. Like, if your TV broke, would you have to go out and buy a new one right away? That happened to us, and we just used our laptop for the longest time, and yeah, I mean, there's so many other things I could go on and on about things that have broken or I've, gotten rid of and just gone without. And it just teaches us patience and makes us more creative to come up with different ways to do things. Like, if your hair curler broke up, you could learn how to curl your hair the old way with rags or, straws even. There's so many different ways of doing the same thing that all our gadgets do. And yeah, so I'm going to stop there and quickly just tell you kind of what happened now. So in August, I was due on the 16th, but I went in a week earlier, I guess, on the 11th, and I had my baby boy. But when I had him, I started hemorrhaging, I guess, and they did not have the tools or the doctors where I live to do anything about it. And I almost died. I lost over half my blood, and I had to be emergency ambulanced out of the hospital here, and then I got helicoptered all the way to the city, to the emergency hospital there, and they did emergency surgery on me. And yeah, that's basically what happened. Because of all the blood I lost, and I guess the new blood, my hemoglobin was very, very low, and I was very sick for a long time. It's only been not even a whole 5 months since he's been born. And I just started coming back to life maybe in this last month. Before that, I was still very, very sick and very tired all the time, and I could not even walk from one room to another room without getting, out of breath, and it was very bad for a long time. And then basically, what had happened was not the whole placenta came out, so even after I went for emergency surgery, there was still some left behind, and I ended up living like that with it inside me, and which is why I got really sick and even sicker and sicker, because for almost 4 months I still had that inside of me, and I had no idea why I was feeling so rotten. And so I finally had to go back to the doctor to, tell him what was going on. And I went back for another emergency surgery. And once they got everything finally out, I did have an infection because of that. And now I feel, I don't even know, 100 times better than what I was feeling the last a few months, like, I felt like death. It was pretty bad, and I miss doing everything normal that normal people would do, just, you know, and it was really bad. But I'm really happy to be alive. I'm happy that my children still have a mother, and I'm happy to be back here with all of you. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm very happy, very fortunate that I'm alive in today's day and age, and not maybe 100 years ago when I would have died, because they wouldn't have had the tools to save me. So I am just very, very thankful, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And I am very looking forward to hearing from all of you and just getting back into things. I'm going to start with doing maybe one video every Friday and see how that goes. And if I can do more, then I will do more. So without anything else, I can't really remember. My brain's totally scrambled still. But I will do my best to be here for you guys and to answer your comments and to give you informative videos. I have been working on a ton of ideas, and if you have any more requests, let me know down below. And I love you very much and appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.